This presentation is going to be about men's health.
今次同大家分享嘅題目係關於男士健康。
It's an important topic because normally men they don't take care of their health properly.
呢個係一個重要嘅題目，因為好多男士都唔關注自己嘅健康。
Also, we will respond an important question: Why do women outlive men?
我哋都會探討一個問題，就係點解女士會比男士係長命呢？
So during the presentation, we are going to touch some of those topics.
喺今次個講題裏面，我哋就會一一講到啦。
I will start with a story.
一開始嘅時候，我會講一個故事先。
I used to work in Brazil for many years.
我喺巴西做嘢做咗好多年。
You see, I was a fan of Pelé, the famous soccer player.
你睇下，我就係球王比利嘅好朋友。
During 14 years, I was a physician.
做咗14年嘅醫生。
One day, I have two people that came to my office.
有一日咧，有兩個病人嚟到求診。
Sergio and Mark, on their 50s, they came to my office because of heart problems.
佢哋就係阿 Sergio 同埋阿 Mark 啦。佢哋同樣咧都係心臟有問題。
They were very good friends, and both of them had a heart attack few years before.
佢哋兩個都係好朋友，而且兩個咧都患上心臟病，係若干年。
Now they want to know if there was something that they could do to prevent a new heart disease or heart attack.
而家佢哋想知道嘅就係究竟有咩方法可以預防呢個心臟病再發作呢？
I prescribed my treatment: vegetarian diet, high fiber, low fat, daily exercise, adequate rest, stress control, and a bit of spirituality.
我嘅處方就係佢哋要素食啦，高纖維、低脂肪，每日做運動，有足夠嘅休息，而且要控制壓力，再加上一啲屬靈嘅幫助。
I told them, however, that they should continue with the medication prescribed by the cardiologist.
但係無論如何，我都會同佢哋講，要繼續咧係食心臟科嘅藥。
I was not very sure that these guys will follow the treatment.
其實當時我唔肯定咧，佢哋會唔會照做。
It is not easy to change the lifestyle, especially the diet part of it.
因為要改變生活模式，完全唔容易，特別係飲食方面添。
But they did, and they stay in my clinic. This is a picture of my clinic. For 10 days they stay there.
而佢哋嚟到我嘅診所住咗10日，但係佢哋全部都能夠照做，做得到。
And they follow the lifestyle as I prescribed it.
佢就依從我嘅建議去生活。
And they were able to stop the medication because their cholesterol, their weight, and the blood pressure were lowered.
而當時佢哋可以停藥，點解呢？因為佢哋嘅膽固醇啦、體重同埋血壓都同樣下降。
And their mental and physical performance improved a lot.
而生理同埋心理上面嘅表現呢，都係改善咗好多。
If these guys could do it, surely you can do too.
佢哋做得到，你更加可以啦。
So, we need to change our lifestyle if we want to survive.
嗱，所以如果我哋想生存嘅話，我哋就需要改變我哋嘅生活模式。
Now let's do some demonstration of good exercise for your body and exercise for your muscles.
嗱，我哋做一啲咧好嘅運動，對我哋健康好嘅，同埋咧可以強化我哋肌肉嘅。
We are going to do a demonstration about weightlifting using safe precautions.
而我哋會教大家咧係做一啲簡單嘅重物提舉，但係咧係用一個安全嘅方法。
First, you don't need to lift 300 pounds. You can work with 30 pounds as we have here.
首先唔需要話舉咧係300磅咁重，呢度咧我預備咗咧大概係30磅。
Second is that you have to do a proper breathing system.
其次咧就係我哋要留意我哋嘅呼吸。
So when you do the efforts, you exhale the air, and then we do the relaxation, you inhale the air.
嗱，當你用力嘅時候就呼氣，當你放鬆嘅時候咧，我哋就吸氣。
And the third is that you have to be sure that when you have to get a weight from the floor, that you use your knees and legs instead of bending your back.
嗱，記住喎，如果你要將重物提舉嘅時候，特別喺地下度提升咧，我哋用嘅力咧應該係睇腿部嘅力，而唔係咧用背脊嘅力。
So let's go for the exercise now.
嗱，我哋試下做咯
喎。Okay, bend your knees,
喎。
then go with your weight close to your body.
將呢個重量咧係貼近我哋嘅身。
Then you start the exercise, breathing in, breathing out when you do the efforts.
當用力嘅時候就呼氣，呼氣，吸氣，呼氣，吸氣，呼氣，吸氣。
Okay, now you do that about 8 to 12 repetitions.
嗱，咁大概做幾多下咧？應該咧就係到8至到12下。
So now let's go for other series of weightlifting that we are gonna demonstrate now.
或者我哋可以睇下咧其他組群嘅一啲運動啦。
Now let's go for the next session of this weightlifting.
跟住我哋咧就做第二個嘅舉重嘅活動啦。
The next one is for the biceps.
呢個咧係做二頭肌嘅。
So this group of muscles that we have in the biceps or in the arm and the forearm.
呢度就係上臂啦、前臂一組嘅肌肉加埋咧呢個二頭肌。
Don't forget, you do the efforts, breathe out.
記住用力嘅時候呼氣。
It's important to do this kind of exercise because you will increase the muscle mass.
做呢啲運動好重要，因為佢可以增加你嗰個嘅肌肉。
A bigger muscle mass will give you less risk of diabetes and obesity.
咁樣咧就可以防止你肥胖啦，同埋患上糖尿病。
So now we are gonna exert the muscles in the triceps or in the back of the arm.
跟住我哋咧就會做咧三頭肌嘅運動。
Okay, efforts.
用力嘅時候呼氣。
Another advantage of this kind of exercise is that when you get old, you will have less disability.
如果你有做呢一類嘅運動，當你年紀大嘅時候，你唔會變得係軟弱無力。
Because with a good tonus of the muscle, you can perform activities even at old age without causing any accident.
因為你有好好嘅肌肉嘅能力咧，就算年紀大咗，你仍然可以有好最佳嘅表現。
Please get your exercise equipment today and start your program.
嗱，今日就藉住呢啲少少嘅儀器開始做運動啦。
The best exercise is the one that uses the legs.
最好嘅運動係能夠用腳去做嘅。
Now we will demonstrate some exercise to strengthen these muscles, especially the quadriceps here and the gastrocnemius here.
依家咧為大家示範一啲就係能夠強化腿部肌肉嘅運動，特別咧係四頭肌啦，同埋咧呢一個嘅腓腸肌。
This is the exercise.
係咁樣做法㗎。
It's important to do this exercise carrying some weights to increase the force on the muscles.
嗱，咁樣咧，我哋做呢個運動嘅時候咧，可以咧手揸住一啲嘅重量，咁咧就可以令到呢一個嘅肌肉咧感覺到嗰種嘅力啦。
Don't forget that you should not bend your knees more than 90 degrees.
記住喎，屈膝嘅時候唔好超過90度啊。
The next exercise is the one to strengthen the muscles in your legs that we call quadriceps, this big group of muscles that we have here.
跟住落嚟咧，就係要做一個大腿嘅強化肌肉運動，係我哋嘅四頭肌。
So you put some weights in your ankle.
我哋咧將一啲嘅重量綁喺我哋嘅腳眼嘅位置，
And then you do this exercise like that.
然後咧即係做提腿嘅動作。
You can do this exercise very easy at home.
呢個咁嘅運動，大家好容易喺屋企都可以做得到。
The next exercise is to strengthen the muscle of the back that we call hamstrings.
跟住落嚟咧，我哋要強化嘅肌肉咧就係大腿後邊嘅肌肉，我哋都係咧叫做呢一個膕繩肌。
You just put some weights in your ankles and lift the leg backwards.
我哋將咧重量綁喺我哋腳眼位置，然後咧將腳向後提升。
Then you can do that 8 times for each leg.
由每一隻腳咧可以做8次。
These exercises are good for people that have knee pain too.
嗱，如果你係有膝頭哥痛嘅咧，呢個咁嘅運動就啱啦。
There are a lot of problems that affect men in the society.
因為喺社會裏邊有好多嘅問題正係影響緊男士。
The main diseases in men are heart disease, strokes, cancer, diabetes, hypertension, accidents, and suicide.
而男士嘅主要疾病包括有心臟病、中風、癌症、糖尿病、高血壓、意外同埋自殺。
So why do we have those diseases?
咁點解我哋會患上呢啲咁嘅流行病呢？
One of the causes is the food that we eat.
其中就係我哋食嘅食物啦。
Hamburgers are being very common in our society nowadays.
因為漢堡包喺我哋依家嘅社會裏邊已經係非常之普遍。
And then smoking is still a big problem in the society.
而吸煙仍然都係一個嚴重嘅問題。
Our weights are getting bigger and bigger.
我哋嘅體重越嚟越重。
And we are used to sit down and not do exercise at all.
我哋中意坐喺度，唔中意運動。
So it is time to stop work because work is a problem for men too.
有時候男士真係要停一停，唔好工作，因為對於男士嚟講呢個都係個問題。
So can you see what are these guys doing?
你睇唔睇到佢哋喺度做緊乜嘢呢？
They are promoting digi-walkers or pedometers.
原來佢哋喺度推廣緊一個叫做數步計。
So there is a trend now in the society and many communities to improve the walking among the society, among the people.
原來喺社區裏面正係推行住一啲嘅運動，就係呢啲嘅步行。
And they are advising at least 10,000 steps per day.
佢哋建議每日可以行到1萬步。
I brought here 3 pedometers to demonstrate how they work.
我帶咗3個數步計嚟，介紹一下俾大家知佢哋嗰個唔同嘅功用。
This is the simplest one. You just set up the time and the 0 here, and then you start working like that, and every time you give 1 step, it will mark 1 here until you complete the steps per day.
好簡單，只係我哋將佢咧校翻到0，跟住咧，當你每行一步，等一下咧，佢就會係有一個記錄啦。咁去到完咗一日之後咧，你就會知道自己行咗幾多步啦。
Should wear on the belt when you walk.
咁咧可以咧擺喺咧你嗰個嘅腰間，然後咧就可以行得啦。
The second one is a little more professional. So you open up here and you put your weight and your height.
嗱，第二個咧就會係比較專業少少，因為你要將你個高度同埋體重輸入去嘅。
This one will calculate your distance in km and also your calories that you spend during the exercise.
佢會幫你計咗咧，你行咗幾多公里，同埋咧你喺運動嗰度咧消耗咗幾多熱量。
Remember, you have to do 10,000 steps per day.
記住喎，每日要行1萬步。
And then the good thing is that you can put in your belt in the morning, and then after the end of the day, you check how many steps you did.
好簡單，一早出門口之前 就可以帶起呢個數步計，然後咧到傍晚翻屋企嘅時候，你就可以 check 下咧喺嗰一日究竟你行咗幾多步啦。
So when you see the steps, you can calculate that if you need to go extra job at night and walk a little more until you complete the 10,000 steps that we prescribe as a good fitness level.
咁去到傍晚嘅時候，你就可以睇下究竟我哋所建議嘅1萬步你行晒未呢？如果唔夠嘅時候，可能咧你瞓覺之前咧就要完成埋嗰1萬步啦。
Then you have a fancier one here.
嗱呢一個咧就會係比較 fancy 啲嘅。
So here you have one that has a light if you want to find your keys.
嗱佢咧就係有電筒嘅功用啦。
And also has a radio for you to find your favorite FM station.
咁同埋亦都係咧可以收聽呢個電台嘅。
Then you select your station, then you put in your belt.
你可以選台，然後咧就戴喺個皮帶嗰度。
You go for your walk and you can walk and listen to music at the same time, and that you have fun and exercise.
就係咁，你可以一路聽住音樂，跟住個節奏去做運動，咁會開心好多。
So what men should do?
究竟男士應該做啲乜嘢呢？
More exercise, rest more relaxation, more fruits and vegetables, more fibers, more whole grains and beans.
嗱，多啲運動，足夠嘅休息，識得放鬆，多食水果同埋蔬菜，多啲食高纖維嘅食物，全麥五穀類、豆類等等。
Men should eat less food and less fat and sugar, less animal foods, control their weight and control their stress.
男士應該減少食嘢嘅份量，少啲食脂肪高同埋糖分高嘅食物，少啲食動物類嘅食物，控制體重同埋控制壓力。
And what not to do?
有啲乜嘢係應該唔好做呢？
Men have lots of risky behaviors.
因為佢哋會有好多係冒險性嘅行為。
So they should avoid to smoke, to drink alcohol, use drugs, sex, driving, gambling.
嗱，佢哋係要留意，要避免吸煙啦、飲酒啦、濫藥啦，同埋喺性方面、揸車、賭博方面都係要留意嘅。
Now let's take a look on the first question that we asked in this presentation. Why do women live longer than men?
或者我哋睇一睇喺開始嘅時候我問嘅問題，點解女士係會比男士長命呢？
For instance, in Hong Kong, women live up to 84 years old and men live up to 78 years old.
就以香港為例，女士大概可以去到84歲，而男士咧就78歲。
So we are going to try to explain the 6 years of difference in favor of women.
所以我想解釋俾大家聽，呢6年嘅分別喺邊一度。
And that's the question. Why do women live longer than men?
呢個就係嗰個問題，點解女士會比男士長壽呢？
So let's take a look on the behaviors of both women and men.
或者我哋睇下佢哋喺行為上有咩唔同啊？
You see that men have a high level of stress.
嗱，男士咧嘅壓力水平比較高，
But women have an even higher level of stress.
但係女士嘅壓力水平就更加高啦。
Men practice more risky behaviors, and we are going to talk about that later on.
而男士有好多有高危嘅行為，
So men have more fatal disease, and women have less fatal diseases.
男士有更多嘅致命疾病，而女士咧就較少啦。
Men also have a higher risk of disease because they don't go for the physical checkups more frequent.
男士咧會有更多疾病，因為佢好多時候咧佢哋係冇做身體檢查嘅習慣。
And when they go to the doctor, they mostly don't follow the prescription by the physician.
就算佢哋睇醫生，佢都未必會照醫生嘅吩咐去做。
So we have some answers right now.
喺呢度我哋已經睇到少少嘅答案啦。
So what we advise men to do?
我哋建議男士做乜嘢呢？
First of all, be like a woman.
首先就係要好似女士一樣。
Don't take me wrong, and not to be a woman, but follow women's health behaviors.
嗱，唔係叫大家變性，而係叫大家學習一下女士嘅生活模式，
I would say, in better words, learn with the women.
或者從女士嘅身上去學習。
We have to learn to get the right friends.
首先，我哋要學習要結識好嘅朋友。
Women, they have more and they have good friends, better friends than men.
女士有較多嘅朋友，有較多至好嘅朋友，
Friends can influence your behavior
因為朋友會影響你嘅行為。
for good activities and for bad activities.
無論係呢個係有益嘅活動或者有害嘅活動，朋友都影響緊你。
And in the case of men, most of the friends will influence for bad activities.
而男士方面，好多時候佢係會影響你去做一啲唔好嘅行為。
Women have more and better quality of friends than men.
女士有較多嘅朋友，而呢啲朋友嘅質素亦都係比較好。
Women friends are more supportive of health behaviors.
因為通常女士嘅朋友，佢哋會係更加支持呢啲健康嘅生活行為。
On the other hand, men's friends are more supportive of bad behaviors like gambling.
而男士咧，佢哋好多時候朋友就會鼓吹佢哋有啲唔好嘅行為，例如賭博咁樣。
What is the problem with gambling?
咁賭博有乜問題啊？
Well, gambling will lead mostly to bankruptcy, depression, family problems, and social problems.
因為賭博有可能會引致破產啦、抑鬱啦、家庭問題，甚至係社會問題。
I brought here two things to demonstrate some addictive behaviors that men are usually getting into.
呢度我帶咗兩樣嘢嚟，想話俾大家聽。男士咧好多時候會上癮嘅。
So first is this deck of cards here. You see that I am not very professional on that.
首先就係啤牌啦，咁你一睇到我咧就知我係完全唔在行。
So I believe there is no problem if you play that for fun with your friends.
我相信如果你話你同朋友玩，只不過咧係玩下，咁應該唔太大問題。
But when you play that and put money and make bids, or you gamble in a casino, then you have a problem.
但係你話要玩錢，同埋或者咧直情係去到呢個賭場嗰度咧去賭博嘅話咧，呢個就係一個大問題。
It's very easy for you to get in debt.
因為好多時候咧會咁樣咧就會負債累累。
And this will cause you to have social problems, family problems, and also some emotional problems like depression.
因為咁樣會引致一啲社會嘅問題、家庭嘅問題，甚至係會引致抑鬱添。
And the same thing happens when you use your credit card beyond the amount that you can pay.
嗱，如果我哋用錢，譬如好似話碌卡咁樣啦，佢碌爆晒嘅話咧，我哋亦都係問題。
So many people with a very deep depression, they have a problem with credit card debt and they have a problem with gambling also.
好多時候咧，嗰啲係嚴重抑鬱嘅人咧，佢哋都會係嗰個信用卡嗰度係碌爆咗啦，或者咧係咧因為賭博而引致到負債累累。
So especially for men, it's very important to take care of his financial health.
嗱，所以對於一個男士嚟講咧，點樣去處理佢嗰個嘅經濟問題咧，就係非常重要啦。
So how about family? How can men learn with the women to take care of the family?
嗱，我哋喺女士照顧家庭嗰方面，男士又學到啲乜嘢功課咧？
In fact, women are closer to their family, to their children, and to their relatives than men.
我哋發現女士同個家人、同屋企人嘅關係，同埋朋友嘅關係係比男士好嘅。
Do you spend quality time with your family daily?
你每日有冇用一啲有質素嘅時間去陪伴你嘅家人呢？
What is quality time?
乜嘢係有質素嘅時間啊？
It's a time that you have an opportunity to talk, to listen, to have funny activities, a time for spirituality, a time for problem solving, a time for remembering good things from the past, just a free time together.
嗱，呢個有質素嘅時間就係講緊可以大家互相傾訴啦、聆聽啦，有一啲係開心嘅活動啦，係一齊靈修嘅時間，或者呢個時間係要嚟解決問題，有一啲嘅回憶。總之就係喺埋一齊咯。
Men need to have more time with the children.
男士需要俾多啲時間同佢嘅下一代一齊。
And nowadays we know that one of the best things to neutralize stress is simply playing with children.
今日我哋知道其中一個係減壓嘅方法，就係同小朋友一齊玩。
Just to demonstrate some exercise that we can do with the family, I brought this tennis ball here.
我帶咗一個網球嚟，就示範俾大家睇喺家庭裏面可以玩啲乜嘢嘅遊戲。
There are several games that you can do with your family, and one is the throwing ball to hit someone.
首先呢一個咧就係將個波啦，輕輕咁樣係掟去對方嗰度。
So you get your family together, and one person has to hit the ball, and if he hit the other person gets the ball and have to find another aim or another person to hit, and they run away and hide from each other.
嗱，如果掟中咗嘅，佢咧需要咧就揸住個波，然後揾第二個新嘅對象咧係去掟啦。
And this is a fun game, and you can have exercise, and you can have a good quality time with your family with that.
嗱，因為咁樣咧係會玩即係好開心啦，同埋咧係有一啲有質素嘅時間去同家人一齊。
So is exercise for kids, is exercise for adults, and is also a good stress relief for adults.
對於小朋友、對於大人嚟講，都係一種好嘅運動，而對大人咧更加可以咧有減壓嘅效果添。
Also, there is no major study that compares alcohol drinkers with non-alcohol drinkers that drink grape juice, at least 1 cup of grape juice every day.
原來冇一啲大型嘅研究去研究一下嗰啲每日飲葡萄酒嘅人啦，同埋每一日咧係飲葡萄汁嘅人嘅分別。
I brought 3 examples of foods that you can use instead of red wine.
我帶咗3種食物嘅樣本嚟，呢3種嘅食物咧都係可以代替紅酒嘅。
You probably have heard that 1 cup of red wine per day is good for your heart and is good for longevity.
可能你會聽過每日一杯紅酒可以幫你心臟健康同埋長壽。
However, you can do better if you use grape juice instead of red wine.
咁但係咧，如果你係飲提子汁，比起飲酒咧就更加好啦。
So grape juice has some antioxidants that are good for the heart.
因為喺呢個提子汁裏邊有一啲抗氧化物，特別係對心臟好好嘅噃。
In fact, they block the coagulation of the blood.
因為咧佢係會防止咧呢個血液凝固嘅。
This makes your blood to be thinner, and then if your blood is thinner, you have a better circulation in the arteries.
因為有一個薄血嘅作用，使至到你嘅血液循環係可以改善。
And then you have less heart disease.
跟住咧，佢會少啲心臟病發咗啦。
Today we know that even if you drink more water, you will have less heart disease because your blood is becoming thinner, then better circulation, better function of the heart.
今日我哋知道，就算我哋飲多啲水啊，佢都可以有一啲令到呢個血咧唔會咁結。如果咁樣咧，就會血液循環改善啦，同埋對心臟都好啦。
The other option is to eat a little bit of raisins.
嗱，另一個選擇咧就可以食一啲提子乾，
Raisins contain the same antioxidants.
因為提子乾裏面亦都有同樣嘅抗氧化物。
The antioxidants in this type of food are good to prevent respiratory infections.
而喺呢一啲提子啊、提子乾、提子汁裏面揾到嘅抗氧化物咧，亦都有幫助咧，係預防呢個呼吸系統嘅問題。
So you should stimulate your children to use more raisins and put these in the lunch box in the school.
嗱，我哋會希望大家鼓勵你哋嘅小朋友多啲食提子乾，或者可以喺佢哋嘅午餐盒裏面加少少提子乾。
And then you can just ask people to eat more grapes. Grapes have the same antioxidants there.
或者你可以鼓勵佢哋食新鮮嘅紅提子，裏面亦都有同一種嘅抗氧化物。
Good food for the family, good food for the body.
呢個對於我哋身體同埋對於我哋嘅家人嘅健康都好好㗎。
And you don't have the alcohol, because when you drink like red wine, you have the substance there. But you have alcohol. Alcohol is not good for health. Alcohol suppress your immune system.
當你食呢啲嘅時候，你就唔會有酒精嘅問題，因為酒精佢會抑制你個免疫系統，對健康唔好㗎。
Please have your grapes today.
今日就食提子啦。
Then, other things that men have to be careful is to eat less animal food.
而男士需要留意就係要少食啲肉嘅食物，
And less junk food.
食少啲垃圾嘅食物，
And eat more fruits and vegetables.
多啲食蔬菜同埋水果，
Especially blueberries, berries, and cherries.
特別係藍莓啊、車厘子啊等等呢啲咁樣嘅食物。
Men should do more exercise. Normally they do more than the women.
男士應該要做多啲運動，不過正常嚟講，佢哋應該係比女士嘅運動量係更大嘅。
But they abuse more, they risk more.
問題就係佢哋有時濫用咗，甚至咧佢哋太多咧係有危險性嘅一啲嘅活動。
The women exercise more at home and are more consistent to practice exercise.
好多女士喺屋企裏面做運動，而且佢哋咧比較堅持。
Also, it's important to avoid those activities that are not that healthy.
嗱，亦都會要咧留意呢一啲唔係咁健康嘅活動喎。
Mahjong is not a bad activity, but is not, of course, a good exercise.
嗱，打麻雀咧，其實唔係話佢係一個唔好嘅活動，不過佢唔係一個好嘅運動。
It looks like it's a good game for the brain, it's a good game for social friends.
對於操練呢個頭腦同埋聯絡感情，其實佢係唔錯嘅。
But when you don't exercise outdoors, and then when people smoke indoors and you are playing in this environment, then it's surely not good for health.
但係如果你取而代之唔出去做運動，而喺呢個室內嘅環境更加有人食煙嘅話咧，就真係唔係咁好啦。
There are two things that the medical research is very sure of.
有兩樣嘢研究係非常之肯定嘅。
First is that exercise prevents heart disease and other chronic disease, and second, that is smoking kills and produces cancer.
第一就係運動可以預防心臟病同埋其他一系列嘅疾病，而第二就係吸煙可以致命。
So, it's not a good idea to smoke.
所以吸煙係一個唔係咁好嘅生活行為。
There is something that is happening among men, is that most of men are decreasing the habit of smoking.
好多嘅男士佢哋已經開始減佢哋吸煙嘅量，或者甚至係戒煙。
But they still smoke more than women.
但係雖然減咗咧，佢哋嘅量都係比女士係多。
And there is a problem now that some women are even starting smoking now more frequently.
而依家咧發現越多嘅女性係開始食煙。
In the past, we never seen a woman smoking in public, and you see this every day.
而以前我哋好少見到女士喺街公然咁食煙，但係我哋依家每日都可以睇得到。
Smoking is related to cancer. 4 cancers related to smoking cause half of the deaths by cancer in the United States.
吸煙同癌症係真係有關係。喺美國嚟講，4種同吸煙有關嘅癌症，大概咧有一半嘅人嘅死亡都係同吸煙有關。
lung cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer, and prostate cancer.
係包括肺癌啦、結腸癌、乳癌同埋前列腺癌。
In terms of heart attacks,
至於心臟病方面呢，
smokers are twice as likely as non-smokers to have a heart attack. About 30% of all heart attacks are due to smoking.
非吸煙者嘅心臟病發率只不過係吸煙者嘅一半，而大約30%嘅心臟病都係因為吸煙所引起嘅。
Another problem for male smokers is impotence.
另一個男士同吸煙有關嘅問題就係陽痿。
And we have 3 points on that. Men who smoke, they have increased the risk of cancer of the penis.
其中有3個問題嘅，呢度咧就講到，如果男士食煙嘅話，就會增加佢患上呢個陰莖癌嘅機會。
And smoking increases the risk of erectile dysfunction.
而吸煙亦都會引致到係不舉。
And then smoking increases the risk of male infertility.
亦都會增加咗咧係男士患上不育嘅問題。
Other problems related to impotence are
另一啲係同陽痿有關嘅咧。
Smoking, as we mentioned, diabetes, arteriosclerosis, exercise or lack of exercise, and a diet rich in fat.
嗱，呢度就係有吸煙啦、糖尿病啦、動脈硬化啦、唔夠運動啦，或者係咧食太高脂肪嘅食物。
It's important for men to do appropriate and frequent checkups.
而男士咧亦都係需要咧定期去做呢個身體檢查。
This is one of the causes that women live longer because they go more for checkups and more likely to follow the medical advice.
嗱，呢個亦都係點解女士會比男士更加長壽嘅原因，因為佢哋會更加多嘅時間啦去做呢個身體檢查，同埋咧佢哋都會照醫生嘅吩咐去做。
We advise a series of tests for men.
我哋建議男士做一啲嘅身體檢查，
like the red and white blood cell count,
數下白血球同埋紅血球嘅數目啦，
total cholesterol, HDL and LDL cholesterol, triglycerides and glucose,
做一個總嘅膽固醇、高密度脂蛋白、低密度脂蛋白、三酸甘油脂同埋呢個血糖嘅測試。
the electrocardiogram test and a chest X-ray is important too,
心電圖同埋 X 光嘅照片同樣都重要，
and an examine of the urine and the stools.
同埋做埋大小便嘅檢查。
Hey, Dr. Santos, I have this pain in my chest. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, it's hard.
山道士醫生啊，哇！我心咧好痛啊，呢一度咧真係好痛，我唔知應該做啲咩嘢咧。
Well, my friend, let me ask some questions to figure it out what kind of pain you have.
親愛嘅朋友，不如我問一問你咧，究竟你嗰啲痛係點樣樣嘅情況，好嗎？
Please try to tell me what is the type of the pain,
係邊一種嘅痛？可唔可以講多少少？
and if the pain is just in the local or the pain radiates to some other areas.
你講嗰種痛咧，係咪淨係喺嗰個心口嗰度，還是係都會去到其他地方都有咧？
Oh, yeah, you are right. I mean, this pain, it goes to my shoulder and it goes to my left arm and it goes to my back.
啊，你講得好啱喎！嗰種痛咧係唔單止心口啊，係去到咧呢個膊頭啊、左手啊，甚至去個左邊個背脊都痛埋。
And it likes a ton of bricks compressing my chest. Oh man, it's hard.
我好似俾大笨象踩住嗰種，真係好辛苦，唔知點講。
And after I do some exercise, it's even worse, Dr. Santos. Worse, I cannot handle that.
特別係我做完運動之後咧，哇！嗰種痛仲更加係忍受唔住啊！
What should I do? Please help me, please. I cannot handle more.
我可以做乜嘢啊？我真係忍受唔住㗎啦！不如話俾我聽可以點做？
Don't worry, my friend. We will check it out.
唔使擔心，我哋會幫你檢查下。
By the way, I believe the pain that you are having is from a heart attack.
不過我相信你呢種痛係同心臟嘅問題有關。
But don't forget that any kind of pain, we will check for the heart first.
嗱，無論邊樣痛都好啦，我哋先咧檢驗一下係咪心臟嘅問題。
A pain in the chest that irradiates to the left arm, to the left shoulder, and to the back is classical of heart disease.
因為你所講嘅嗰種心口痛去到膊頭，去到左手，去到背脊呢一種咧，其實好典型嘅就係心臟病嗰種嘅痛。
And if the pain comes after you eat or after you do some exercise activity,
特別係你講到嘅食完嘢之後或者運動完之後而先至有嘅。
and then if the pain is like a compression in your chest, like you mentioned about a ton of bricks in your chest, this is also classical of heart disease.
你所講嗰種壓落嚟嗰種痛，好似大笨象踩住嗰種咁樣嘅咧，亦都係好典型心臟嘅問題。
So we should not wait anymore. Let's go fast and go to our office and go to the hospital and do some electrocardiogram right away.
或者我哋唔好再等啦，咁咧翻去診所嗰度，立即咧去做一個心電圖睇一睇先。
It is important for men to follow and to check with the doctors yearly, or if they don't have a problem, at least every 2 years.
最好就係每年驗身，但係你話如果做唔到嘅話咧，都起碼有2年做一次驗身。
Again, men should follow women's behaviors.
男士咧需要學習女士嘅生活模式，
A diet with more plants and less animals.
多菜少肉，
Stop smoking and drinking.
戒煙戒酒，
Stress control and more time with the family.
控制壓力同埋俾多啲時間同家人相處，
Less risk behaviors and medical checkup frequent.
減少一啲有危險嘅行為啦，而且咧恆常係做呢個身體嘅檢查，
And do more consistent exercise.
多做運動。
We consider that there are 5 areas of life that are important.
喺生命裏面有5個範疇同樣都係重要，
The physical, the financial, the spiritual, the intellectual, and the mental.
呢度包括身體啦、財政啦、心靈啦、知識啦，同埋精神上。
The secret of health and a longer life depends on how much proportionate time we spend on each of those areas.
所以對於呢個長壽同埋健康嘅秘訣，就係我哋喺呢5個範疇裏面係俾咗幾多時間同埋點樣去分配佢嘅比例。
There is some final Bible advice for men's health.
而喺聖經裏面，對於呢個男士嘅健康，亦都有咁嘅忠告。
The first one is related to friends.
首先就係同朋友有關。
He who walks with wise men will be wise. The companion of fools will be destroyed.
呢度咁講，佢話同智慧人同行嘅必得智慧，同愚昧人作伴嘅咧必受虧損。
Remember, bad friends will influence you to bad behaviors.
因為壞嘅朋友，佢會帶你去到一啲唔健康嘅生活行為。
Another problem among men is immorality.
另一樣嘢，男士咧要留意咧，就係一個道德嘅問題。
And we have a verse from Jesus that says, "You shall not commit adultery. But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart."
聖經裏面有咁嘅教導，佢話不可奸淫，只係我告訴你哋，凡係睇見婦女就動淫念嘅咧，呢個人心裏面已經係同佢犯嘅奸淫啦。
So this verse means that a life closer to God will be the best way to avoid divorce and immorality in life.
所以如果我哋同神有親密嘅關係，可以避免我哋咧係離婚啦，同埋咧係做出一啲唔道德嘅行為。
And the last one is how to have a guidance how to take decisions in life.
最後就係我哋點樣喺生活裏面係做一啲嘅正確嘅選擇。
Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not in your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths.
佢咁講，你要專心仰賴耶和華，不可依靠自己的聰明，在你一切所行嘅事上都要認定佢，佢必指引你嘅路。
If you want to succeed and be happy, if you want to be healthy, you have or you should get closer to the Lord.
所以如果你想開心、快樂、成功同埋健康啲，我哋需要同神親近一啲。
我们都有共同的信仰，我们都在同一条路上，我们都也侍奉神，都曾下定决心愿做世上光。我们都是蒙主的恩友，我们都在神的家里头，这些恩典不配有，求主却要我们白白地接受。善恶之争不会再长久，万物已到终结的时候，主的心意我们要看透，主的心他要人人悔改都得救。全世界是我们的工厂，我们都要把福音输出，主一生是我们的榜样，舍己为人钉在十架上。我们都有共同的信仰，我们都在同一条路上，我们都也侍奉神，都曾下定决心愿做世上光。我们都是蒙主的恩友，我们都在神的家里头，这些恩典不配有，救主却要我们白白地接受。善恶之争不会再长久，万物已到终结的时候，主的心意我们要看透，主的心他要人人悔改都得救。全世界是我们的工厂，我们都要把福音输出，主一生是我们的榜样，主一生舍己为人钉在十架上。善恶之争不会再长久，万物已到终结的时候，主的心意我们要看透，他要人人悔改都得救。全世界是我们的工厂，我们都要把福音输传，主一生是我们的榜样，舍己为人钉在十架上。善恶之争不会再长久，万物已到终结的时候，主的心意我们要看透，主的心他要人人悔改都得救。全世界是我们的工厂，我们都要把福音输出，主一生是我们的榜样，主一生舍己为人钉在十架上。
曾经 浪子經過，心內掙扎。曾經迷路挫敗，失去自己，誰可讓我改過？從頭做起，我迷離太神奇，這是我心中希冀。人帶着冷面容，好像觀戲，神卻容讓接納，生機再起，饒恕最似福氣，並原諒你，快接受這份愛的蔭地。曾經滄海似水流離，人海中消失仿似死。我亦承認是我犯錯，極需多一點接納，卻為何盡是說聲厭棄？曾似浪子經過，心內掙扎。如果回頭有愛，不必自欺。神今日發出呼應，在期待你。快接受，這是愛的奧秘。曾經滄海似水流離，人海中消失仿似死。我亦承認是我犯錯，極需多一點接納，卻為何盡是說聲厭棄？曾似浪子經過，心內掙扎。回頭有愛，不必自欺。神今日發出呼應，在期待你。快接受，這是愛的奧秘。我盼望這宇宙有和諧的。
忧愁过滤，我们欢聚在一起，享受主慈爱的甜蜜。倾听主的教训，他有大能与怜悯，黑暗中给我们光明。耶稣被钉在十架，为我们宝血流尽。